So in movie news this week,
Mm-hmm.
Ben Affleck was talking.
Yep. In an interview with Total Film magazine, Ben Affleck dropped that basically he said, one of the interesting things about Batman is he functions in some ways as an antagonist. He then went on to say, he's found himself in a place of harboring a tremendous amount of rage for Superman. So it's how he got there and what that's done to him and what it's done to the people around him.
It gave them herpes.
Maybe.
Superman gave him herpes.
And blew up a building.
That was riddled with herpes.
Yep. So moving on to Spider-Man news.
Speaking of herpes,
Tom Holland chatted a bit about being Spider-Man, and apparently he face-planted on the set of Civil War. He stated, I basically fell over and bashed my face in front of about 200 crew members. So, not my most heroic moment. I was getting into position, everything went wrong, and they took the take anyway.
good. I hope it makes it in the movie.
Then he went on to talk more about the portrayal of the character, and basically he stated that it's impossible not to take inspiration from the other actors who played Spider-Man. They were great and real and rich performances. There were obviously factors that he loved and would like to recreate, but he thinks it's the most important thing to make the most of the moment and to obviously make it the same character while trying to make it different still. Because you want to not just copy everything from prior movies.
Yep.
So yeah, that happened for Spider-Man news. So at least he's got the right.
We'll see.
We're going into it.
Next up, Kingsman 2 gets a release date
Yep.
of June 16th, 2017.
Yep.
And also, Matthew Vaughn, director and co-writer of the last film, is back writing this one.
So far, just writing. We don't know if he's doing anything else
Well,
yet, which he might. But that's a big deal because Matthew Vaughn is one of those directors where he'll start something that ends up having sequels, but he won't come back for the sequels. So saying he's coming back at least to write, that's a big deal because he normally does a great job with his starter ones. So that's something to get excited about, I guess, a little. And then also, they're apparently doing a fifth Underworld movie.
For some reason.
Screen Gems and Lakeshore Entertainment announced that their filming has commenced for a fifth Underworld film. Theo James is returning as Celine's ally, David.
Hated that character.
From the last movie, which I don't remember anything from the last movie other than random little kid. And then Kate Beckinsale is back, obviously, as Celine. Apparently, they're going to be taking on a new Lycan leader and a very ambitious vampire.
Because we can't have new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fifth in the franchise. Got to keep it the same or those young kids won't watch. Even though those young kids that they're aiming for probably never saw the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be like 10 years old now.
Yeah, I think the first one was like back in 2005 or 6.
That would make it about 10 years old now. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. Also moving on, for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Peyton Reed is back to direct. That's it.
Okay. Also, more importantly,
Yep.
The new Star Wars trailer's released. I'm sure you know, and it broke Fandango and other websites too.
Yep.
Which is not a surprise to me either, because obviously it's going to. It's
Yep.
Star Wars. And yeah, they broke all the records for pre-orders.
They did. And the prior current record holder was the Hunger Games, and apparently they crushed it. Like, got double to triple the amount.
Yeah, Hunger Games is lame. Actually, I don't know. I only ever watched the first one, and I thought that was fine.
I just didn't like the third act in the first one, and then the second one, I didn't like the first act, but I liked everything else.
Never saw the second one.
And then the third one, I watched 20 minutes and gave up because I just didn't care anymore. So yeah, be mad at me, people. That's fine. Also, Power Rangers news.
Woo!
It now has 4 of the primary 5 Power Rangers casted. This past week, multiple days, casting news has been coming out. We have Montgomery playing Jason.
Is it Dart? Yeah, it would be Darce, not
Yep.
Darcy.
And he's playing Jason. And apparently, they also had a blurb of Jason as a character in the movie. He's a hometown sports hero who gets into a near life-ending car crash. Apparently.
So this is a reboot.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not taking anything from the old.
And
show.
then they.
Well, obviously.
Yep. And they cast Ludi Lin as the new Black Ranger.
Asian is the Black Ranger.
Yep.
Breaking paradigms here.
Mm-hmm. And R.J. Seiler has been cast as the Blue Ranger.
And he's black.
Yep. And that's what makes me giddy about it, because when they cast the Asian Ranger for black, I kind of just giggled. I'm like, so I wonder if the Blue Ranger's going to be a nerdy black dude. And
He's at least a black dude.
Yep.
I don't know if he's nerdy.
So if that's the case, that makes me happy, because I'm like, yes, predicted it.
Well, it was just so funny that in the original one, it was super racist.
Yep.
Because they had the Black Ranger be black.
And then you got the Pink Ranger.
The Pink Ranger's the girly girl.
Yep.
The Yellow Ranger is Asian.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. But so yeah,
It was, then again, it was like 1995.
Yeah.
So.
And basically they'll be joining Naomi Scott, who we previously stated is the Pink Ranger from last week, I believe. So yeah, there we go. We've got 4 of our 5 Rangers. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Yellow Ranger casting news comes out sometime later tonight or Saturday.
It's got to be a girl.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to
should
be, but
be.
it should be.
Although they should have made like the Red Ranger a girl, I think.
Yeah, that would have been more interesting.
Yeah, because then
As the
change it up
leader.
a little more.
But
have
I mean,
have a female lead.
They are doing a reboot for it, but they're also kind of, I feel like they are keeping in the characters a bit, because Jason is playing a jock. In the first one, he kind of was the jock archetype.
Oh, yeah.
So,
The,
look forward to
the
that.
Green Ranger's the only one that matters, so.
Yeah.
Fuck the rest.
If they're going to have one.
Yeah, well.
Which they should, because he makes a great
he
movie
should be
antagonist.
the bad guy.
Yeah, he'd make a great antagonist.
Because he started out as a bad guy.
Yeah, and like if you take it, the original Power Rangers from Japan, the Green Ranger actually has like the most tragic story ever, where he commits suicide. Or seppuku. There we go. Yeah. Which doesn't happen in the American one, because that was considered too harsh for the American audience. So they could do something like that and just blow people's minds.
I would have been annoyed, because he was the only one I really liked.
Yeah. But yeah, so something like that could happen in the movie. Who knows? Because it is going to be PG-13.
Oh boy.
So they could go that far.
Oh, yeah. They could, but they won't.
Anything else jump out at you for movie news?
No, just Power Rangers.
Yeah, that was
Power Rangers
basically
is
for me
awesome.
too.
And if you don't like it, then you're not
Tough shit.
awesome.
Tough shit.
I'm gonna make you watch it.
At least the first season.
I was talking about the movie.
Oh.
I'm gonna make them watch
The new movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the old movies, all of them. Even that terrible Turbo one. Especially that terrible Turbo one.
Oh, Turbo.